we're living now in a time where it's clear that support for Israel is floundering, if not dying. But the people who still support Israel are people with quite a lot of power, including the power to ban and strangle thee and me and take us off platforms and make sure we don't prosper on platforms. Layla, a good friend of ours, was taken out on Twitter today. The kit man at Arsenal Football Club, imagine, after 20 years of service, gets kicked out for saying something on his own personal Facebook in support of the Palestinians and in opposition to a literal genocide. Do you think we're winning? And when will we be in a position where it is possible freely to speak on these platforms for Palestine?
First of all, thanks so much for having me, George. And yeah, I've got 2 kids now, under 2, if anybody would like to send me on any top tips in it, because I'm slowly losing my mind, but kind of in a good way, because it is beautiful as well. But yeah, no sleep for a while. Hopefully that'll come back. And today, on top of the no sleep, I woke up and I learned that I'd been taken off Instagram. Again, no warnings. Had like about 300,000 followers. Very active page, and if people know Instagram, I use the collaboration feature on it a good bit, which means I was collaborating with various Palestinian, Lebanese groups, fundraisers around the world. So I kind of use the page as part of the community, I suppose, of the resistance and pro-Palestine community. So it's a blow for, I think, a lot of people. And again, yeah, there's no recourse, there's no the appeal system is kind of famously automated, so you appeal and then kind of computer says no, effectively, and then you just get permanently banned and they go on about their business. I mean, to answer your question, obviously we're being effective because, as I said in the video today, if you were so sure that you were in the right, if your political ideology was so secure, as Zionists constantly claim that they're in the right, as their supporters claim, as a leader of the Conservative Party in the so-called UK said today, you know, it's a case of right and wrong, and Starmer and others need to be on the right side of history. Well, if you're so convinced that you're right, why do you have to constantly silence and put on the periphery of things any voices of dissent whatsoever? You know, there's been targeted campaigns against, I mean, forget the likes of me. What about like Gary Lineker, Kneecap, the energy, the time, the money that's gone into silencing these voices? It just seems very peculiar to me that you would be claiming you're in the right if you had to go. I mean, if I felt I was in the right, I'd have no problem with listening to opposition voices. In fact, I'm one of those people that I wouldn't silence Zionists at all, particularly Zionist artists. You know, sometimes there's campaigns to silence Zionist artists. I'm of the belief, let representatives from both sides speak and people will make up their own mind. That's what's happened over the last year and a half, that more and more people have looked into the history of Israel and Palestine, and then they've come to their own very secure conclusions that what we're being fed by the Western media is laughably biased. So that's why they banned TikTok, because people were finding out exactly what was going on, particularly young people, and that's why Kneecap are really very much in the eye of the storm right now. It's because what they represent enlightening and educating young people, telling them at festivals like Glastonbury exactly what's going on. And that's so dangerous. That's so dangerous to Western hegemony, and particularly the Zionist and US empires.